Shalom, this is Hakham Melech Ben Yaakov of Karaite Insights, coming to you from Seville, Spain, Sevilla, as the locals call it. And this is literally just a very, very, very brief message, just a minute or two. And tonight the Rabbanites are celebrating the festival of Shavuoth, the festival of weeks, and I am not, and Karaites are not. And why are we not? The reason we are not is because we do not believe that the word Shabbat, when it speaks about L'machorat HaShabbat, for bringing the Omer offering, the day on which the beginning of the counting for Hag Shavuot begins, the festival of weeks begins, we do not believe that means the first day of Chag the first day of Passover, as the rabbis believe. They say that the word Shabbat can mean the first day of Passover. We Karaites say that is insanity, stupidity, ridiculousness, and any linguistic contextual analysis of the laws for Shabbat will show that, the laws for Shavuot and the laws for the Omer offering will show very clearly that the word Shabbat really can only mean one of three things, and the three things that it can mean are the actual Shabbat, the seventh day of the week when we cease from working. The second thing that it can mean is Yom HaKippurim, which is also referred to by extension as a Shabbat because there is a complete cessation of work. And the third thing by extension that it can mean is the seventh year, also known as the Shemitah year, the year in which we do not in Israel plant our fields, because we allow them to lie fallow as a Shabbat for the land, as a rest for the land. So the rabbis falsely and fallaciously and incorrectly and ridiculously, and I could go on with a number of other choice adjectives, but I'll leave it at that, have distorted the idea and have said that the word Shabbat means the first day of Chag HaMatzot, and their reasoning is very, very tenuous. It has to do with the idea that do you stop work on the first day of Chag HaMatzot, and that kind of happens to be near where the Omer offering is meant to be brought. So that's what they say. There's really no basis contextually, linguistically, grammatically, or otherwise, historically, archaeologically, or anything else in the Torah. So there we have it. Let me switch views. Whoop. That's the other side. That's looking, I'm not sure what direction it's looking. Well, there's the moon. There's the new moon. And the new moon sets to the west when it's a new moon. So that's looking west. And that's probably due west around there, because the moon would be a little bit north, because it's close to the ecliptic. It's close to the line on which the sun sets. And the ecliptic, this line on which the sun sets, is north of west, because we are after we are between the vernal equinox and the summer solstice, so everything would be to the north of due west, and the moon is always within about 5 degrees south or north of the ecliptic of that line. Oops, where do we go? Where's our moon? There's our moon. And so therefore I would assume that right around there is kind of west, and also you can see the most bright part of the sky, kind of in that. Well, actually, it's over there. I don't know. That's north of west. So I guess there we're looking about north, and this is again, I'm in Seville, Spain, with this brief message. So I would say a friend of mine asked me to do videos a bit more on charism per se. Well, this is about as charism as you can get. This is one of the defining understandings of our movement, of the Karaite movement, and this was one of the defining understandings of the Sadducees, that the Shavuot falls on Sunday and not on the 50th day after, starting with the second day after the first day, or the first day after the first day of Chag HaMatzot, meaning the second day of Chag HaMatzot. And so that is the story. I've done a full article on this issue, and you can read it in detail with linguistic proofs, with contextual proofs, with a laid out very much in detail and putting forth the Karaite point of view and my take on the Karaite point of view. And so, let's just switch back. That's the bridge from one side of Seville to the other side of Seville. And this is the river, one of the rivers. There are two rivers that run through Seville. And so that is the story. If you want to find out more, then I would ask you to go to my website, www.karaiteinsights.com. And there you will find an article. There you will find an article on the front page. I mean, on the home page of Karaite Insights, discussing in detail when Shavuoth is meant to be celebrated. So, for you Rabbanites who do so many things that are in violation of the Torah, whether it's this ridiculous tefillin thing, which has no basis whatsoever in the Torah, whether it's celebrating this made-up holiday of Rosh Hashanah when the actual New Year is in the first month, is in the first month, meaning in the springtime. Whether it is having all kinds of weird understandings of the Shabbat, and whether it's having all kinds of weird understandings of what is kosher and what is not kosher, and all kinds of other things, then I would hope very much that the Rabbanites would repent and would come back to the true Torah and to leave their false Second Temple period, Greek, Zoroastrian, and Babylonian-inspired bizarre religion based on Torah, and come back to the true and the original Torah, which is in line with coming back to the land of Israel, and which we Karaites attempt to strive for. So that is my message. This is Hakham Melech Ben Yaakov of Karaite Insights, coming to you live from Seville, Spain, as the sun goes down and the moon goes up. And actually the sunset's very late here. Sunset is actually, believe it or not, is 9:34 p.m. or 9:38 p.m. And the reason for that is because Spain is this part of Spain is at the very western end of the time zone in which it's in, and also because it's close to the summer solstice. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and this is Hakham Melech Ben Yaakov signing off, wishing you on this Sunday a happy Shavuoth, a Chag Sameach. And we'll go out with this guy playing some music. Here we go.